Any volunteer to light a candle? Anyone else? Last candle. Wishing good health for you. Today, before we start our meditation, we have a small celebration and some small blessing service. That is for our beloved sister Jessica, who is going to celebrate her birthday coming Saturday, this Saturday. So that is our custom that as spiritual friends, community of spiritual friends, we are bringing the blessings and taking a moment to wish and to bless our friends. Today, our birthday girl is Jessica, so I invite her to come forward, and also,
especially for you.
There are two plates. Two plates. They prepared one for me. That is not actually birthday. Actually, yesterday it was my ordination birthday. So, anyway, first I like to chant for you, wishing you good health and long life. I'll chant for you, and then you can like. Bhavatu sabbha mangalang rakkantu sabbha devata sabbha buddhanubhavena sada sutti bhavantu te bhavatu sabbha mangalang rakkantu sabbha devata sabbha dhammanubhavena sada sutti bhavantu te bhavatu sabbha mangalang rakkantu sabbha devata sabbha sanghanubhavena sada sutti bhavantu te. Okay, also they wish you good health. Okay, you can bring it. Yeah.
Are we gonna do your plate?
I just light it for myself. The blessing. So we wish our beloved sister Jessica, in this year you may have growth in your spiritual life and good health and long life again. So let me light the plate you prepared for me. I feel your love and care for us, especially monks. You are like our family members, so I accept your love and thank you very much, everyone. Okay, you can wish and bless being there. Please be seated. Now let's do our chanting. Please turn to page 5 of our chanting book. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Salutation to the Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස. The three refuges: Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dhammang saranang gacchami, Sanghang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Dhammang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Sanghang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi Buddhang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi Dhammang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi Sanghang saranang gacchami. Next page, website preset. Panati pata veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami, adinādāna veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami, kāmesu micchācārā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami, musāvādā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami, surameraya majñya pamadatthāna veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. On the opposite page, let's read the affirmative vows. Being aware of the suffering caused by the distraction of life, I vow to cultivate compassion and learn ways to protect the lives of all living beings. Being aware of the suffering caused by exploitation, stealing, and oppression, I vow to respect the property of others and to practice generosity by sharing my time, energy, and material resources with those who are in real need. Being aware of the suffering caused by sexual misconduct, I vow to respect my commitments and those of others. I am determined not to engage in relations without love and long-term commitment. Being aware that words can create suffering, I vow to learn to speak truthfully and develop peaceful, kind, and meaningful speech. Being aware of the suffering that an intoxicated and agitated mind can produce, I vow to develop mindfulness and heedfulness. Next page. Homage to the Buddha. Iti pito bhagavā arahang sammā sambuddho viññācarana sampanno sugato අනුත්තර පුරිස ධම්ම සාරති සත්තා දේව මනුස්සානං බුද්ධෝ භගවාති. Homage to the Dhamma. Swakkhāto bhagavata dhammo sanditthiko akaliko ehi patsiko upanayiko paccattam veditabbo vinyuhiti. Homage to the Sangha. Supatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujjopatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyāyapatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Samīti patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Yadidang cattari purisa yugani Attha purisa punggala Ise bhagavato savaka sangho Pauneyo pauneyo Dakkineyo anjali karaniyo Anutterang punyak ketang lokassati. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Next page. Offerings. Offering of light. Gane sarabte dittene Deepene tamdang sina Tiloka deepang sambuddhang Pujayami tamunudang. Offering of incense. Gandha sambhara yuttene dhupena hang sugandhina pujaye pujaniyang tang puja bhajana muttamang. Offering of flowers. Vanne gandhe gunu petang etang kusuma santating pujayami munindase sipade saluruhe Pujemi buddhang kusumene nene punyene metene labhami mokkhaṃ umpang milayati yatha idang mi kayo tatayati vinasa bhavang. Offering of water. Adivasi tunu bhante paniyang parikampitam anukampang upadaya patigan hatu uttama. offering of drinks. Adivase tunu bhante gilane panchayang imang anukampang upadaye patigan hatu utteme. Worship of shrines. Vandami cetiyang sabbang sabbethani supatitthitang saririka dhatu mahabodhing buddha rupang sakalang sada. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Next page. Wish of well-being. Iknyeva Namaste niyang Namaste mano Rate natte yang Punyadi sandhang vipulang alantang tatsanubhavena hatante rayo Reflections on the teachings of the Buddha in English. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made are they. If one speaks or acts with an impure mind, suffering follows like the wheel that follows the foot of the ox. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made are they. If one speaks or acts with the pure mind, happiness follows like one's own shadow that never leaves. Generosity, kind words, benevolent actions towards others, and equanimity towards all beings and all things. These bonds of sympathy function in the world like the linking in a moving cart. One by one, little by little, moment by moment. Wise people should remove their impurities as a smith removes the dross from silver. For one who mindfully develops boundless loving kindness, mental defilements are weakened and the freedom from clinging is seen. All conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All conditioned things are unsatisfactory. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All things are not self. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Welcome you all again into our Wednesday meditation. Now we are going to spend a few minutes to observe ourselves, to observe our mind and our thoughts. So before we start our meditation, you can adjust your body into a particular meditation posture and rejoice yourself. You can rejoice the decision that you have taken, you have made to come to this wholesome space and practice a kind of meditation to find inner peace within yourself. So take a moment to rejoice yourself. Rejoice the decision that you have made to practice this meditation. Deeply appreciate yourself. Appreciating yourself, you can make a determination before you start the meditation. Before you bring your awareness into practice meditation, you can make the determination that I'll engage in a committed practice. I will make use of this wholesome guidance, this wholesome gathering, this wholesome space. I will engage in a committed practice. Make that determination now. With that determination, listen to the bell and let's do our chant, Namo Buddhaya. The sound of the bell and the chanting will help you to settle your mind, to be in this present moment, to gather your attention right here until the very end of the sound of the bell and the chant. Be with the sounds. Relax your body. You are here. Feel your whole body. You are meditating. You can feel your meditative posture. You can adjust your body into a comfortable meditative posture, keeping your body upright, chin somewhat parallel to the floor. Better you can keep your both eyes closed gently. Both palms are resting on your lap. Right palm on the top of the left palm. This is your meditative posture. Observe this posture. Feel your whole body from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. From the tips of your fingers to the top of your head. Feel the entire body and relax. Relax your body. Feel your feet. Your toes, big toe, little toe, heels, lower legs, knees, upper legs, the muscles of the body, belly muscles, chest muscles, back muscle. You can feel how your body meets the cushion of the chair you are sitting on, how the muscles are pressed. Feel that sensation. You can feel the clothes that you are wearing, how the clothes are touching in your body, the touching sensation anywhere else in your body. And just relax. Feel both shoulders and relax. Upper arms, lower arms, palms, fingers and fingertips. How the fingers are touching each other. Feel that sensation. You are with your body right here. Feel your neck area, facial muscles, and relax. Feel your forehead and relax. Relax your body. Relax your body. Relax your body. Now you can observe your mind. Being in this relaxed posture, just take a moment to observe your present mind, the natural mind, the thoughts, how the thoughts are occurring in your mind, how your mind is functioning right now. Just observe and notice all the thoughts. Not going to cultivate or generate any of the thoughts. What you are doing is just observing and noticing the thoughts. Thoughts related to past, thoughts related to future, thoughts related to present, how thoughts are popping up one after the other. Just observe the thoughts. You yourself now experience how the thoughts are creating visual formations. Even though you are not hearing any sound, your mind will bring some sounds, some forms. How the thoughts are functioning. Understand the nature of your mind. Some thoughts may be wholesome, some may be unwholesome. Some thoughts are neutral. Be with your mind. Understanding your mind, the nature of the thoughts, and how they are popping up, occurring in your mind. Now you can generate whatever thought you wish, a wholesome thought, loving kindness. The wholesome thought we are generating in the meditation, loving kindness. What a beautiful thought. Wishing everyone else well-being, to be happy, to be peaceful. Imagine there's a nice baby in front of you, smiling at you. There's a puppy. How you feel? Love and kind, caring. Same way. Now you are going to generate loving kindness for you and others, to everyone else, without exception, to everyone else, anywhere else. Your loving kindness is boundless, no limits. Generate loving kindness thought for yourself first. The person who are sitting right here, who are meditating, this being, you need your loving kindness. Genuinely generate loving kindness thought for you, for your mind and body, for your whole life. Follow the guidance mentally, repeating. You can generate loving kindness thought for yourself first. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. Be peaceful. Be peaceful. May I Be safe. May I be healthy. May I be healed. Be healed. Be healed. May my mind be happy. May my mind be healthy. May my mind be peaceful. Be peaceful. Be peaceful. May I have a happy mind. May I have a healthy mind. May I have a peaceful mind. You can generate loving kindness thoughts for your body. May this body be healthy. Be healthy. Be healed. Be healed. Be healed. Generate loving kindness thoughts and radiate throughout your body into each and every part of the body, into each and every systems, internal systems, organs of the body. Deeply appreciate the support of each and every systems, internal functions and organs of the body. Even right now, they are functioning for you. Deeply appreciate the support and radiate loving kindness throughout your whole body. Feel the skin, the largest organ of the body, and radiate loving kindness. May the skin of this body be healthy. Be healthy. Be healed. Be healed. Be healed. Feel the muscles and the bones of the body. and radiate loving kindness. May the muscles and the bones of my body be healthy, be healthy, be healed, be healed, be healed. Feel all the systems and internal functions in the body. Even right now, they are functioning to maintain your health. Appreciate the support and radiate loving kindness. Feel the respiratory system, the vital function of the body, the cardiovascular system, cardiac muscles, the digestive system, the genitourinary system, the central nervous system, peripheral nervous system, the immune system. Appreciating the support of all these systems, radiate loving kindness. May all these systems of my body be healthy, be healthy, be healed, be healed, be healed. May all the sensory organs, the sensory faculties, including the brain, the eyes, ears, nose, and tongue, radiate loving kindness into all these sensory faculties. May these sensory faculties of this body be healthy, be healthy, be healed, be healed, be healed. May I have a healthy body. May I have a healthy body. May I have a healthy body. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. 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 loving kindness. You are full of loving kindness right now. Enjoy the loving kindness within yourself, generated by yourself. Now you can expand your loving kindness beyond yourself. The same loving kindness to others, genuine loving kindness wishes to all beings. Likewise, you made loving kindness wishes for you, the same genuine wishes for others. You can share your loving kindness with the friends, with these friends who are meditating with you, who is next to you, who are joining to this meditation, who are practicing meditation with us right now. Let's share our loving kindness wishes with each other. May all these friends be well, be happy, be peaceful, peaceful, peaceful. May all these friends who are meditating with me be safe, be healthy, be healed, be healed, be healed. Let's expand our loving kindness beyond this room where you are meditating to your family members, relatives, friends, neighbors, co-workers, anyone else who is in your life or who was in your life, to everyone else. The same genuine loving kindness wishes. May all of them be well, be happy, be peaceful, peaceful, peaceful. May all of them be safe, be strong, be healthy, be healed, be healed, be healed. Extend your loving kindness more and more, without exception, to all beings living near or far, visible or invisible, to everyone else living in this neighborhood, in neighboring neighborhoods, in this city, in neighboring cities, in this country, in this world, in this universe. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. 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 Extend your loving kindness into every directions, to the direction of your front, back, left, right, above and below, who are living in every directions. Now they are receiving your loving kindness. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. 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 May all beings have happy minds. May all beings have happy minds. May all beings have happy minds. Feel your mind full of loving kindness. Your mind is calm and peaceful. With your peaceful mind, now you can observe your breath for a few minutes. Mindfully observe your breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Feel the whole process of breathing in and out and relax. You can keep your awareness in between your upper lip and nostrils, where you can easily feel the air in breath and out breath. If you have changed your posture, adjust, keeping your upper body somewhat upright. Take long deep breaths slowly. Hold a while and slowly breathe out. Just relax in your upper body. Mindful breathe in and mindful breathe out. Mindful breathe in, mindful breathe out. In these last few minutes, make your full efforts to be with the breath. Mindful breathe in and mindful breathe out. Dukkha pattace niddukkha bhayam pattace nibbhaya sokam pattace nisuka Hontu sabbepi paninu. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are grieving be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Gently come out of the meditation and gently put your palms together and place them against your chest. Let's take a moment to feel grateful for this opportunity to have this meditation in our life. And let's feel grateful for all the enlightened masters and the teachers in the past who transmitted this practice, this wisdom, this teaching from generation to generation. You can appreciate the guidance and the instructions you received for your meditation. And let's feel grateful to anyone else who helped or supported to come to this meditation, to join to this meditation, to practice this meditation comfortably. And let's feel grateful to the people who are taking care of this center, who arranged and cleaned to sit your meditation today. And also even these non-living things that we are using, the cushion, the chair you are sitting on, this bell, and the device, and everything. Deeply feeling gratitude. Let's say sadhu 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay. Bhante Pema is joining from Cleveland Buddhist Temple for the discussion. So, he had a nice meditation, Bhante.
Yes, I was watching and joining. And first of all, let me wish a happy ordination day, Bhante. We had a nice Dhamma discussion session yesterday, but wish you a happy ordination day and happy birthday to Jessica. Yes, and
Thank you, Bhante.
it's nice to join with all of you today from Cleveland. I'm glad that today we have a number of our friends who came to join our meditation. So I thought today we will discuss something very important in our life, important practice that we can do to keep our mind more peaceful and to maintain our life more peaceful. I thought maybe we will think about the special capacity. One of the special capacities that we have in meditation, we develop mindfulness which is our capacity to watch our own thoughts, to watch our mind itself, and it's already incredible capacity, incredible, ability that we all have, while we use our mind to think through, reason through, analyze, and do everything, we also have the ability to watch our mind itself. So that's already an important capacity. But based on that capacity, we also have another capacity, which is called Dhamma Vichaya. That means the ability to investigate our mental states in accordance with the teachings of the Buddha. So we can be aware of our mental state, whether it is anxiety or sadness, fear, disappointment, or whether it is some kind of thoughts we are thinking about someone, or maybe some kind of like a memory surfacing, keep like recurrence of memory of a previous event. And on one hand, we can observe them, we can notice them. By observing and noticing them, we already create a kind of space between ourselves and the thought or the mental state. But then we can use this capacity, which is to analyze and to scrutinize this thought that is occurring in our mind, which is not easy to do, because whenever we are in an emotional state, whenever we are having so many recurrence of thoughts of a particular event, and it's really difficult for us to come out of that, let alone to analyze and scrutinize it. But with the practice of meditation, we develop this ability, at any time. Just like when we are doing our breathing meditation, whenever any thought arises in our mind, we just can notice, okay, a thought arises, and in meditation we develop this ability to observe whatever arises. But this ability is the step 2, like a second step, not simply observing them, but also taking some of those thoughts as an object of analysis, and start to analyze how these thoughts really arise in my mind, and this is an ability we can gradually develop, and it's going to be so helpful, because the initially our thoughts, recurrence of automatic thoughts will lead us to experience various emotional states, either sadness or anger or disappointment or whatever. But the initial thoughts are the before we experience a sadness or anger or disappointment or even anxiety, we have recurrence of thoughts occurring about things and about people. And if we can notice them with the power of our mindfulness, if we can catch them, observe them, and the second step we can do is actually to do some interesting analysis of these thoughts. So very interestingly, when in the Buddha's teaching, whenever we are going through, let's say even negative thoughts, we are going through negative thoughts, even we are going through difficult emotions, the Buddhist approach is not to deny them, not to think that this is not good, I shouldn't be thinking about that. That's not the way. We cannot simply stop those things by simply saying that. So it's not denying them, it's not rejecting them, it's not even hiding them, and even not really distracting ourselves, to run away from them. Sometimes when we are having a difficult emotion, and we try to distract ourselves, try to find something that can excite us or entertain us, and then try to hide, try to run away from that emotions, but they are coming back and they are following us. So the Buddhist approach is actually not to deny them or suppress them, even to distract ourselves from them, but actually, in a way, like welcome them, so to speak. Welcome them and admit that I'm in this situation. These negative thoughts are rising, and I'm feeling this way. Accept them, and then and simply being ready to be with it. It requires certain courage and strength. And we develop that courage, when we are sitting in this meditation. When we are sitting in this meditation, doesn't matter whatever thoughts arises, we are ready to welcome them, observe them, but we are not entertaining any of the thoughts. We observe them and drop them, and we develop this ability to observe them, notice them, and drop them, and come back to the breath. So we can use that ability whenever we are, out there, whenever you are driving, whenever you are going to have a conversation with your family members, or whenever you are going to meet your boss. And then if you're having, certain unhelpful thoughts, you can observe them first and notice them, and then, accept them. And then, of course, with mindfulness, we accept them. You can usually take a breath and drop them and face the situation. And we tried drop them, and without letting those thoughts disturb our interaction. But occasionally, instead of dropping them, we can investigate them. We can analyze them. And that is a special skill that we need to develop. We can do it. So there are a number of things that we can do here. One is that we take one difficult emotion. We take one strain of thoughts, not all. And whenever you get a time, and maybe time doesn't mean that you are going to take 30 minutes. This is 1 minute, 2 minutes of investigation. Take that mental state, accept it, and then start to analyze it. But remember, this analysis, that analyzing, scrutinizing, and looking more of that thought is done not carelessly, done done according to done not the way we want. Because sometimes even when we want to analyze an emotion, scrutinize or even dissect our emotional state or thought, and in the very process of analyzing, we may be maybe justifying, and maybe and sometimes even when we're analyzing our own emotions, we thought we will even start to blame ourselves. Why I'm having this? I'm always like that. So it's not another self-blame game. So this analysis has to be done following the guidelines of the Dhamma, the teachings of the Buddha. It's not simply analyzing the whatever the way we want. And this analysis is following a particular way of looking at our emotions in line with the teachings of the Buddha. And the way we analyze it is actually, we analyze our own emotional state or train of thoughts as a causal process. Looking at this whole experience without assuming an agent, without assuming an owner, without infusing I am experiencing, I am sad, or I am angry, I'm disappointed, I am anxious, I'm afraid. Instead of having an owner or agent. And this analysis is actually looking at this whole experience, that mental state that's happening, and removing an agent, and then looking at the causal process. What causes and conditions were there to give rise to this mental state? And that is following the teaching of the Buddha. We have learned the dependent origination, and Buddha had taught that any state, any phenomena in the world, including the mental states, are arising with the presence of, or maybe coming together of, various conditions and causes. So if you have a fear, okay, take that state of the mind for a moment, and then start to see, okay, and start to see exactly when of course you can use the word I, but exactly when this fear, this uncomfortable sensation, this discomfort start to appear. What is the trigger point? and you take a moment and trace your the state of the mind, trace your mental process, and recognize, okay, when actually this feelings start to appear, and what kind of thoughts that contributed to this, and what kind of environment I was there, and to what kind of things I was reacting. So you kind of try to see this whole mechanism of this mental state. Could be sadness, for example, and you can observe it, and then if you have time, okay, I'm going to analyze it, and then take a moment, okay, were I sad whole day, or was I sad like about an hour ago, and what was the trigger point, and how did I interpret that whatever experience, and then you start to see this is an honest investigation of the process of this mental state. And of course, it's not that easy, but we have capacity to do it. But before we do it, we have to have a strong mindfulness to first notice and recognize that state of the mind, that I'm going through this and I'm having this, and acknowledge it, and not to blame yourself, and accept it, and then you are going to analyze it, analyze it in a way, mainly analyzing the causal process. And we know that, from the teachings of the Buddha, that any mental state has to start with an initial sensory experience, sensory encounter. Beginning point of any mental state, it can be fear, sadness, anger, whatever, is either we start with our eye, we start with our ear, we start with our nose or tongue, or touch sensation, or some memory that some sensory experience happened earlier can appear in our mind. So there's a starting point, and then there's an interpretation of that, whatever we saw, hear, or smell, and that interpretation will give rise to many other thoughts, and that will lead to this state of the mind. So what we are doing here is actually understanding this causal process that is happening, and in that sense, we don't really we don't really give a special status to our thoughts. Sometimes we give too much value to our thoughts, too much value to our mental states, thinking that this is authentic way I'm feeling, and these thoughts are arising in my mind, it has to be true, it has to be true to me. But the way that the Buddha taught about our mental states and emotions, actually they're not necessarily special. They simply arise due to an environment that we are in whatever we encounter, and they're arising because of our previous habitual patterns. So instead of giving a special value to our thoughts or mental state, and we accept them, and then we are willing to analyze them and see exactly how they arise. And once we start to make that analysis, and of course the power of that emotion, the power of that mental state will be reduced, but we will develop a deep wisdom, deep understanding exactly how our mind works. And then we can also understand that some of the mental states it's not necessary it's mental states. We will learn that sometimes we don't have to feel that way. So we can ask the question while analyzing this causal process, and we can ask, is it valid? Let's say you are thinking about let's say we are afraid, we are afraid of doing something. I can tell you that yesterday I got my booster, because I have plans to travel to Sri Lanka next week, so I thought better to have a booster. Okay, and so when I'm waiting to get that injection, whenever I saw the nurse is coming with her tray, and I start to feel a little uneasy, and I start to feel, okay, I'm going to get that shot, I'm going to have that pain. So I was able to notice that, even before I get the shot, I start to feel already anxious and afraid, and all kind of emotions can come. Even just the vision of the nurse. And so I was asking, I mean, I noticed it, and then I want to really ask that question from me, why I'm afraid here, I want to say, exactly why this feeling of uneasiness came to my mind at that point. So I was able to think that my previous memories of having an injection, I got unpleasant, maybe painful sensation. So whenever I saw that, all these, previous memories is coming here. So I was able to take like a minute, maybe half a minute to analyze, or first to observe it. Either I could have observe it. Okay, I'm stressful. I'm uneasy. But that's okay. Let me face the new situation. I can, relax and, let the new experience occur. But I also did some analysis right there, brief analysis, how my previous experience of having shots have now conditioned me to be afraid of this thing even before I get it. So I was analyzing that and asking, is it valid? Is it valid? Does it have to be that? I didn't die because of previous shots. I'm still here, and do I have to be that afraid? So I was like doing a little bit analysis, but this may not be the perfect scenario. But I was just telling you that we can first maybe afterwards, even afterwards, we can take that mental state, analyze the causal process, and ask ourselves, is it valid? And sometimes we may be thinking about a situation. Sometimes it may not be true, maybe it not has happened, we simply interpret it that way. We will not know until we ask that question. The thoughts that I'm having right now, are they valid? Are they really true? Am I really basing on the facts? Or I'm simply based on my imagination or my projections? So we should, in that analysis of the thoughts, mental state, we should ask this question. Is these thoughts valid? Do they have real basis? Sometimes they may have, but sometimes they may not have. But the other important question is that, is it wholesome? Is this way of thinking is going to be wholesome? It's going to, is wholesome towards me? It's wholesome towards others? Or are they unwholesome? Are they skillful or not skillful? Because this very practice of Dhamma Vichaya is not only investigation or scrutinizing, but also differentiating or distinguishing what is valid, what is not valid, what is wholesome, what is not wholesome, what is helpful thoughts, what are not helpful thoughts. So we can ask that question, is it producing suffering? Is it not producing suffering? So we can ask these questions, is it fruitful to continue this way of thinking? Is it fruitful to continue to feel that way? So we can ask those questions too. And so we have the ability to observe our thoughts and then to analyze them, analyze the causal process, the whole mechanism. We may not understand the whole causes and conditions, but we'll be able to understand the beginning point and the other, thoughts, the interpretations, and previous memories that are contributing to this thing. We will be able to, if you do an honest, genuine, open analysis, with the help of the teaching of the Buddha, you'll be able to recognize those at least few factors that are produced in this mental state. Once you do that, that power of that emotion is already reduced, and then you can ask this question: is it valid? Is it true? Is it wholesome? Is it benefiting me? Is there any value in thinking that way? And when you ask these questions, you can also control that. And I'm not saying that all of our emotional states, all of our thought patterns are not valid. Some thoughts may be valid, but at least we can, relax ourselves from this emotional burden, this, fire, this, agitation happening, and then maybe we can do something about that situation. And this is very important also with regard to people. When we think about, people, most of the time we think about people when they are not in front of us. When you are going to meet a person, and maybe we think, or maybe even after, we had some difficult encounter, different interaction, and we can think about a person. And then as a result, and we can develop, anger about that person. Maybe we can develop disappointment about that person. Even in that situation, and most of the time, the way we think about others is based on our previous experiences. But those things will be valid. Some people never change. Actually they change, but we think that they don't change. But some people have more enduring, patterns of the behavior. But actually, when we meet a person, we should watch our mind and then make sure that we don't let our previous memories infiltrate or influence our new meeting. You can have them as and the background, in case you want to protect yourself, but we have to give an opportunity to really have the fresh experience with that person. People have changed their opinions. Maybe when we approach them with a fresh mind, they may act differently. So anyway, so we can ask those questions when we meet people. When we meet people, we carry certain emotions, and those emotions come through based on our previous experiences. And when we go to meet a person with those previous experience, with those emotions, we don't let the new experience to occur in a fresh way, because we change that meeting, that interaction, because we are talking with our own emotions. It could be anger, could be disappointment, could be sadness, and we are responding to that person with those emotions, and we actually don't make it a pleasant experience. But anyway, so just to recognize that we have this ability, first is to be aware of our mental states, and you can either be aware of it, recognize it, I'm going through this, and take a breath, and you can drop it and then relax and face the situation. Or if you have time, you can investigate. Let's say that particularly the thoughts, the emotions that keep recurring, the things, you have a argument 3 days ago, and now you are still having this emotion, either pain or disappointment or anger, self-hatred or anger towards that person, that is keep occurring, and simply mindfulness may not be enough for us to let go of that. And in that case, we can start analyzing that thoughts, exactly what is the trigger point, and what are other things that contributed. And when you are doing that analysis, and we are reducing the power of that emotions, the more we do this investigation of our mental states, and the more we reduce the patterns of habitual thinking that bring so much suffering and pain to our lives. So don't believe your thoughts. Start to watch them, and then start question them, and then start analyze them. It will be very interesting, experiments you can do with your own thoughts. Our whole life is a laboratory. That's what the Buddha said, that you have to use your whole body and mind as a lab. Experimenting and analyzing, and it's fun also. But mainly we can bring more peace to our life, and peace to many others' life. What do you think?
I think I don't know, it just makes me happy hearing that, because my mind is quite tired all the time due to the lack of watching that goes on through it, and I don't know, just hearing that, it's reassuring, it's a reminder, to keep practicing.
Exactly. Yeah. I think before we analyze thoughts, we have to develop the first ability, which is we call mindfulness, or like ability to notice our own thoughts, ability to watch our own mind, and recognize what is going on in our mind, and just see them with almost with with certain distance. And that's what we develop in our meditation.
I have another question, Bhante. So, because I'm just starting to study this a bit more seriously, my traditional thought patterns are based off of principles. I should be doing this, I should be doing that. It's a lot of forcing myself to do things, and it's not good inner dialogue, right? But I feel trapped between like I want to study this a lot, but then I also have a job and I can't necessarily practice at the job because I don't feel safe there because people could be quite judgmental, whether you like it or not, so like how do you transition while surviving? If that makes sense.
You mean surviving in the work environment? You mean?
Yeah, I'm just like trying to make enough money like I'm a
I
driver.
think,
Yeah.
I think when you develop mindfulness, you are producing the most safe weapon. I don't like to call it weapon, but you are developing most a safe tool for yourself. Because I mean, even in working, let's say even in a toxic working environment, okay, and so so let's say you have to work with people who are angry, you have to work with people who are dishonest. I don't know. I mean, it could be so many things. So we can, if you don't have a mindfulness, we will be easily influenced by their emotions. Whenever we hear them, whenever we notice them, their energy, negative energy, will influence us. But when we have this ability of mindfulness, and you can, it's almost like protection, like a cushion that you have produced around yourself. That you are simply watchful your own thoughts, you are watchful your impressions on others, you are watchful your response to others, you are watchful your urge to react to the others and situations. So instead of letting all these impressions automatically arise, letting this urge automatically arise and push you to react in a particular way, and you are like watching them and not really like judging yourself, but simply watching them, and then recognizing and making like a second evaluation whether this impression that I'm having is really valid. Can it be different? Am I simply bringing my previous memories? Or you can also, let's say you have someone like angrily talking to you, and you have urge to like react in the same way and express your frustration, but you become watchful. You observe that very urge, and then take a moment. Okay, so I'm upset. I'm frustrated, but let me simply not let automatically say things, but let me choose my words and say things like purposefully. Like you can almost direct that situation. So person who is having mindfulness has the capacity to navigate the situation. Others are simply acting out of their impulses, out of their like habitual patterns. They have no idea where this situation will go. But the person who's having mindfulness has the capacity to like purposely direct that conversation to a different direction. I would say, well, we have the capacity to manipulate, not manipulate, but like divert this situation. So I think that in having a mindfulness and this mental skills, it is really giving us such a safe, tool to deal with those, situations and people. Because as soon as we develop mindfulness, we bring the choice. We can exercise our choice to choose these words over the other words, to choose whether to reply now or reply later. We can choose. Before that, we have no choice. We simply act out of our impulsion. But with mindfulness, you get the choice. You can choose to say, to do, and think, and that's give the freedom, that give the power. So let's have a different relationship with our thoughts, because thoughts simply occur to us, and then it simply occur to us, and then we don't have to give much value to them. We don't have to believe all of them. We can accept them, and we need to remember that those occurrence of thoughts happen due to our habitual patterns. different people have different patterns, and we can recognize them. And the more we notice them, investigate them, whatever negative patterns, we can diminish them, we can weaken those patterns, and we can purposely develop wholesome patterns. Like, for example, loving kindness meditation, we are developing a wholesome pattern. And even in our normal life, the more we think in a positive way, the more we think with compassion, with some understanding of other people, and that pattern will be grown. And then we change our mental makeup by doing these simple exercises.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes,
Bhante,
Bhante.
there is a question from our YouTube friends. One of our YouTube friends. I don't know whether you have time to answer a quick answer for this question. Are the defilements considered as root causes? Should we investigate until we can see which defilement is at work?
Wow, that's a good question. Yeah, actually, it shows. I mean, so when I say investigation of the mental states, emotions, one way to investigate is to investigate the mechanism, the causal process. But the other way, remember we said that is it wholesome or unwholesome? So when we ask that question, we can differentiate whether this thought is a wholesome thought or unwholesome thought. In that investigation, we can use the Buddhist understanding of defilements, and then understand, okay, what kind of defilements I'm having right now. So we can use the Buddhist understanding as a guidance to investigate or investigate the mental state happening. Yes, that will be a little bit more advanced analysis of the mental states. Yes, we can do it. That way we develop more deep understanding.
Okay, Bhante, since time is running, so let's move to the other part of the program. So thank you all our friends who had thank you Anna for this question, and also other friends in the YouTube who the comments and also the wishes did for both of us, Jessica and for myself. So so let's move to the other part of the program. Page number 14. Transference of merits to our departed relatives. We will transfer the merits that we acquired with our departed relatives. Whoever departed relatives who have done many things for our life, for the well-being of our life, just think about them and share these merits with them. May our relatives share our goodness. May they also be happy and rejoice our goodness. Idam ñātinang hotu sukhita hontu ñātayo. Idam ñātinang hotu sukhita hontu ñātayo. Idam ñātinang hotu sukhita hontu ñātayo. Transference of merits to all the sentient beings. All the beings who ever accept and able to share our merits, may they do so. Ittavata ca amhi sambhatang punya sampadang sabbe deva numudantu sabba sampatti siddhiya sabbe bhuta numudantu sabba sampatti siddhiya sabbe satta anumodantu Sabba sampatti siddhiya. Wish for the well-being of the world in English. May the weather be pleasing. May the people prosper in their lives. May there be peace and happiness in the world. May the rulers be righteous. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are in grief be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Aspiration. May this wholesome act become the liberation of my mind from mental defilements. By virtue of this wholesome act, may I never follow the unwise people. May I associate with good people until I attain Nibbana. Purification. If by body, speech, or mind I have carelessly done wrong, I acknowledge them all in front of the Tathagata of great wisdom and determine to be heedful. Now this is the blessing service for you. I will be chanting the discourse of loving kindness, Karaniya Metta Sutra, originally uttered by the Buddha with great compassion to all living beings. We wish that may you all receive these blessings of the great compassion of the Buddha. Especially today, we would like to bring all these blessings to our beloved sister who are celebrating her birthday, Jessica, and also our beloved friend Nick. Also, although he's not here, but I know he's joining through over YouTube for both of them, and also to all of you, wishing to have good health and healing. And also you can recall to your mind whoever you want to share this blessing with your family members, relatives, friends, people who are sick. Especially in this moment we recall to our mind the father of our beloved sister Kay, Ed. He had surgery yesterday and he's recovering smoothly. We wish her good health and long life. And also you can recall them, anyone else that you want to recall and bring these blessings. May all of you receive these blessings. May all of you be well, happy and peaceful. Namo tasse bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhasse. Namo tasse bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhasse. Namo tasse bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhasse. Karaniya matta kusalena yantang santang padang abhisamicce sakku juce sujuce suaco chanse muduaneti mani Sekoce subharoce apte kincoce sallavukavunti santindriyoce nipakoce appagambu kuletu ananugindo nace kundang samacare kinciyene vinyu pare upavadeyung sukhino vake mino huntu sabdis Bhavantu sukhitanta ekeci bhutanti tatava tavarava anavadesa digava yemam davam Ratsakanukatula dithava eva additha echa dure vasanti avidure bhutava sambhavetiva sattha bhavantu sukhitanta naparu parang nikumbite natimang nyite katta cinang kanci vyarusana patiga sanya nanya manyanse Nicceye mata yathaniyang puttang ayuta eka putte manurake evam ti sabbha bhutesu manasang bhavaye aparimanang mettang ca sabbha manasang bhavaye aparimanang uddhang adoca tiriyang ca asambadhang averang asapantang tiddhang carang nisinnuva Yavatansa vigata mindo etang sating aditteya brahma metang viharang idemaho dittinca anupagam silava dansanena sampanno kamesu vinayage dhang nahi jatu gambhateyang punareti Etena satcha vajjena sottite hotu sabbada etena satcha vajjena sabbarogo etena satcha vajjena hotu te jaya mangalang sabbitiyo vivajjantu sabbarogo vinatsato mate bhavat Tvantarayo sukhe digayuko bhave Bhavatu sabbha mangalang rakhantu sabbha devata sabbha buddhanubhavena sada sunti bhavantu te Bhavatu sabbha mangalang rakhantu sabbha devata Sabbha dhammanubhavena sada sunti bhavantu te Bhavatu sabbha mangalang rakhantu sabbha devata sabbha sanghanubhavena sada sunti bhavantu te Let's spend a moment of reflection. Reflect your own good deeds, kind deeds. Whenever you have done whatever kind deeds in which you helped someone during last few seconds, let's rejoice those kind deeds. On this day, or in the past, if I have done kind deeds to other beings with my body, speech or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in those kind deeds, appreciating the opportunity to be helpful to others. I rejoice in those kind deeds, wishing more opportunities to practice compassion. I rejoice in those kind deeds, resolving not to compare myself with others. I rejoice in those kind deeds and glad to share this joy with all beings everywhere. May my kind deeds relieve the burdens of other beings. May my kind deeds shield me from all dangers and pain. May my kind deeds and merits that come from them help me in freeing my heart. Now you can recall to your mind a kind deed done by someone else, whether to you or others. Even simple short moment, recall those moments. Let's rejoice. on this day or in the past, if I have seen or heard of the kind deeds done by others, with their body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in the goodness of others, being always ready to praise kind people and follow their example. I rejoice in the goodness of others, appreciating that there are many good-hearted people in the world. I rejoice in the goodness of others, expressing gratitude for any kindness done. May the kind deeds of others bring safety and happiness to many living beings. May the kind deeds of others foster gratitude and fellowship among many living beings. May the kind deeds of others nurture goodness in me and many living beings. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Bhante.
So glad I was able to join from here. Yeah, I had to, let everyone know that, actually next Wednesday, I'll be on the air. So I will not be able to join you next Tuesday, I'm leaving for Sri Lanka. So, so I'll be away for about, 2 months. But I'm sure that, Bhante Metta will, take care of the center, and you, Bhante Kamalasiri, will also come back in February. So I'll be back at the end of March, actually. So every year, actually, I like to go back to my home monastery and help my monastery, my master, and help training young monks, and also take care of the community there who supported me since I was a small monk. So this has been my commitment. Like every year, I will spend a few months there. So don't blame me saying that I am escaping the winter. I'm actually going to, help my monastery, but I have selected a nice time to go travel.
Okay, Bhante, please don't leave the meeting, Bhante, so we can stop the live streaming on YouTube. Thank you all our friends who joined through YouTube, and all the wishes and the comments and the questions you put in our chat box. So see you next meditation session. Wish you all good health. Thank you.